So we are here today with Mike Schmitt. He's running for Congress, and he's going to introduce himself, and we'll see what he has to say to us. Michael, thank you for letting us come here, and please tell us who you are and why you're running.
My pleasure, Wally. I'm running for Congress in the 49th District. This is a district that was previously held or currently held by Darrell Issa. It's coastal San Diego County, North County, and coastal Orange County, South County. And I live in the district, and when I saw the opportunity to run with the people who are stepping in, the career politicians on the Republican side, and then the very far left Democrats on the Democrat side, I knew that I needed to step in and bring a smart, conservative point of view with some serious answers as to how to deal with our national budget.
So what is your geography here?
Well, the geography is Orange County, which includes Ladera Ranch, San Juan Capistrano, Dana Point, where I live, San Clemente, the entire Marine Corps base, Vista, Del Mar, all the way down to Solana Beach, including Rancho Santa Fe.
So you risked your life and you went during the thick of the Islamic State to help the Christians in northern Iraq. Tell us about that.
Well, about 3 years ago, I had a burning in my heart watching what was happening to mostly Christians, but a lot of Muslims who don't believe in the way ISIS believes, tearing across Iraq, and I decided to get on an airplane and help some of these people defend themselves, feed themselves, and literally fight for their life. When I went the first time, I went there 3 times in 2 years. In my first trip, I took testimonies of Yazidi and Christian survivors in North Iraq. We turned this over to Jeff Fortenberry, the congressman from Nebraska. He turned it into House Resolution 75, which was the genocide resolution declaration against ISIS and all the people that assisted them. Now, I took great, not necessarily pride, but I guess you could say a humble pride, if there's such a thing, in that my testimonies were delivered so rapidly to him at great risk of life and limb to myself that we actually beat the country of Armenia declaring ISIS a genocide, which, when you stop and think about that, if any country you would think quickly acknowledges, it would be Armenia. So I think that's just one of those things that was divine providence to kind of keep me on track. But that's the first thing I ever did politically. I was very private up until Darrell Issa wanting to step down, but I've decided to, as a doctor, come in and bring some real answers and solutions to our healthcare problems and our problems created out of that in our budget.
So when is the election day?
The election is June 5th here in California. It's an open election, so the top 2 go. We call this a jungle primary. For us in California, we're still getting used to the kind of political physics around this. In other parts of the world, you have these parliament systems with, 10, 12, 13 parties. And in a sense, even though I'm a Republican, I've not come up through Republican ranks. I'm not a politician. I'm a doctor. I'm running against career politicians. And so the fresh face from the outside really has an opportunity in these open primaries. And we're finding I'm only one of 2 Republicans that are rising in the polls. The rest are dropping.
Wow, that's good. That's good. So how is it getting into the political arena?
Well, it's an eye-opener, Wally. I mean, we hear about the swamp, and what I've learned is the swamp is both sides of the political aisle, and what it really is the political machine. And I'm running against both sides of the political machine, and to a certain extent, trouble with Twitter and this and that comes up from time to time. And so, but I'm used to fighting. I've learned how to fight a guerrilla war by my friends in Iraq, many of whom are Armenian, who have helped increase ISIS demise.
You went to Armenian village, Havres. You guys with Dave Ritter, you guys made some movie, right?
That's right. We made a, well, I didn't make the documentary, but I am in the documentary. It's called Havresk, Stand on Courage. I think it's available now on YouTube. You spell it Havrsc, Havresk, Stand on Courage. And if you want to take a look at that, it's a very encouraging movie. I know you've seen it. Kind of uplifts you, doesn't it? Yeah.
So Havres was the only Christian town or whatever it was. They defended themselves and then surrendered to the IS. Couldn't get to them, correct?
Well, I wouldn't say they're the only ones that ISIS didn't get to, but they very definitely were one of the ones that helped defend themselves. They're so far out on the Nineveh plain that they didn't have really anyone to rely upon but their themselves at the time. But that was true for many people. You know, it's a very tragic situation.
So you have first-hand experience in that region. So when you speak from experience, not by just watching TV.
That's true, and you know, it's very gut-wrenching. And for all of those of you out there watching this that pray, please pray for all the. There's still many internally displaced people there that are trying to rebuild their lives. There is some funding flowing, but it's never enough. And so, but prayer is really the most important thing we can give these people.
Well, thank you very much. We wish you all the luck.
Thank you, Wally.